on up and pass the bottle. Put your foot down on the throttle. Buckle up, motherfuckers, for the Dog Water Radio Show.
Hey, somebody get some pants on that kid.
We're back.
Where did you miss us, folks?
Oh shit, this feels so good to be back.
It's been too damn long. The world is a different place, but it's the same old two people.
Yeah. So yeah, we got a new theme song as well. Thanks to our upcoming guest, Mr. Felix Thursday, and we actually just recorded that interview, and now we're starting to record the show. So, yeah, I apologize in advance, folks.
It was a good interview.
It was, I guess, if you can call it an interview. Felix, in the spirit of things, decided to summon his old self for the interview. So, but anyways, we'll let you guys listen to that or fast forward through it, whatever you decide is best.
I'd listen to it. It's worth listening to.
Yeah. Yeah, parts of it really are. I mean, we cover a few things on there that are important, even though we're shit shows. And by we, I mean mainly Felix. But yeah, dude, like it's yeah. It's good to be back. That's all I gotta say, really.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's sound quality is gonna be better. It's not gonna be and we're not living in the trailer anymore either. I mean,
that's the biggest thing.
There's the biggest thing. We're we're both grown up now, and well, one of us is married. One of us is divorced. So.
Last time you heard us, one of us was freshly married and one of us was single still. Now one of us is freshly married and the other one is freshly divorced.
It's
going on
a couple of it's been a couple of years. It's not so fresh anymore. Oh well.
I guess you became a dad in that time.
Yeah, I have a beautiful little girl and an awesome young. He's young still. He's 10. Son.
Yeah, and my kid is now 11. I think she was probably 4 the last time we recorded. Maybe 5. No, she was 4.
Yeah, becoming an awesome young woman.
Yeah, and I got 3 dogs. Oh, we've both been through multiple jobs since then.
Not multiple. I think I just
I've only been through 2. I was last time when we recorded, I know that I was a freshly bushy-tailed, brand new, going into the mental health work field, coming off of pumping gas and doing that. So I was super happy to do that. Now I'm 7 years into doing mental health, and I'm fucking grumpy.
Yeah. I don't know if it's unfortunately or fortunate that I'm not in the mental health business anymore. I ducked out after about it was almost 5 years.
Yeah, you made it to almost 5 years.
Yeah.
That's about as long as I made it at that place before I told them to go fuck themselves and left. But it wasn't the worst job I ever had, but I was tired of the shit before I left, and
it was a great job. I mean, I just don't think I don't think I have the compassion to do that anymore.
Yeah, it gets hard after a while.
It does. It takes a special person to do it.
Yeah. Well, and last time that we did a podcast, the thought of Donald Trump being our president would have been fucking something to laugh at.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it looks like we're gearing up to see him become a president again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I really hate to be that type of a person to say that, but
Oh yeah, the
it,
DNC fucked Bernie over again, man.
they fucked. They fucked a lot of people over. They fucking drug their feet. They didn't have one solid candidate. Now they're gonna pick a guy that obviously is starting to go through the beginning stages of dementia. I mean,
Well,
just from a lot of the interviews that I've seen, a lot of people pointing him out, a couple medical experts pointing shit out. I mean, he's either that or the guy is not ready to become a world political leader. He was a great vice president. Don't get me wrong; he was good at what he did.
yeah.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's meant to become a president.
No.
That's just my opinion. You know, that's all it is. Everybody has one like their elbow in their asshole.
Personally, I think that this country is in need of a whole new facelift, and we need to get rid of both Democrats and Republicans. That's how I felt when we first started recording this podcast, and that's how I still feel to this day. I think that
Party
this country's
politics.
became even more of a joke, though, since we started recording.
Well, party
And
politics have just they've shaped this country. It's not a country anymore. Our country is basically a gigantic corporation.
well, yeah, or the way I always kind of look at it is we're a fucking high school football league. You know, we're like 3A football. You know, you got Hepner versus fucking Stanfield. You know, um, and you know, over there, the not as good fucking whatever, whoever. I don't even know how the schools work anymore. Whatever. But anyways, it's just, it's not, it's not working. You know.
No, not when we have, not when. I mean, look at like our American cities. Look how many homeless that we have out.
Yeah.
You know, There's 70,000 documented homeless people in LA County.
Mm.
I mean, that. I mean, that's a small. I mean, that's a well, no, that's a small, eastern coast, city.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I'll try to stay off the politics and the bumming us out kind of things. You know.
Yeah, pretty sure everybody's already bummed out enough about the COVID and the coronavirus shit.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I mean, we might touch base on it a little later, but I mean, honestly, at this point, I think it's just this shit's been beaten out.
Everybody,
Everybody's gonna want to tune into this to get away from that, and that's why
yeah,
it's.
exactly.
And that's the one good thing that's came from it. As I cough
Yeah.
and
And
the,
yeah, got video.
but yeah, also some stuff that's changed. You know, a lot of bands have kind of faded off into the sunset. A lot of labels have. I've started a label once Farmageddon's kind of died.
Yeah,
I
I was
started
gonna
some stuff.
say, I think. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
jump.
that's all
jump
right.
on
And I
top
was
of
gonna
you.
say, but with that too, there's the other day I went over to Bandcamp and I looked at the old Dogwater Radio live from the trailer compilation, and I picked off some songs from there, and I thought, hey, that'll be cool to kind of play some old songs mixed with some of our new friends' songs, you know.
Well, hell,
And I decided to like we were talking earlier, like a lot of things have changed since we started, since the last show. I mean, the world's changed. We might have said some things that we thought were funny then that now we fucking won't say because the world's progressing into a better place in some ways as well. You know.
well, and the thing is, I think both of us have grown as people, and I will admit, the first place there's a lot of controversial and probably very offensive things that I've said in the past.
Oh yeah, you know.
And people should, words are words. Sometimes they burn bridges, sometimes they mend fences, but in the end, they're just words.
Yeah, and another thing about that too is touching base on that a little bit is that like I think there's not a person in this world that's above the age of like 4 that hasn't said something that they shouldn't have,
Well, exactly.
and to hold something above somebody's head that they said multiple years ago isn't going to help better the world. It just keeps bringing up old shit.
Exactly.
You
And
know?
whether it was set out of hate, whether it was set out of hate or whether it was set out of comedy, which more than 99.9% it was said for comedic
Oh,
reasons.
100% of my stuff was whenever I said it. I mean, I can a couple times maybe out of anger, I guess, but pure, you know, stupidity, young, dumb, fucking that person fucked with me, so I said something out of anger that I shouldn't have. But yeah, I mean, like 99.9% of the time, it was all just to be funny, and I always looked at it like this, and there came a day at one point in time where it kind of made sense. um so I'll use a couple of different examples here. So like, I don't get my feelings hurt real easy, you know. And I've had people make fun of my weight my whole life, you know. And
Same here.
so I kind of look at it from my own set of eyes and not from the other person's eyes. And so I would say whatever the hell I wanted sometimes and just be like, well, if somebody gets their feelings hurt, they don't know me, and
Mm-hmm.
and that's not how I am, because I don't feel that way inside, just because maybe I say a racist joke or a gay joke, and just because I don't feel that way inside, and I have gay friends and friends from multiple races. I mean, so obviously in my head I'm thinking that's not racist because I'm not racist, but it is still. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how I feel when somebody says shit to me. It matters how my words affect other people. And um one of the biggest eye openers for me in this whole realm that changed my way of thinking is how many fucking rebel flags did we hang up in our house back in the day?
Oh God, a lot.
Yeah,
Or I mean,
with stickers on your truck, fucking hanging.
yep.
Every house we had one hanging in there, you know. And
Yep.
to us, there was never any racism. We had black friends come into our house in Eugene with a fucking hanging on the goddamn wall.
Yep.
It was not a sign of racism to us, not one bit. When we saw that flag, we saw it represent freedom to us, kind of, like it was more of a fucking middle finger to society and to
And
the
to
government
authority.
and to authority. That's what it always meant to me. But people don't look at it that way when you're black and you get nervous because you see that sticker on a fucking pickup, you know? And it gets to the point where it's like, I can have this argument with people all day and be like, I'm not racist. This is what it means to me. And I don't care what it means to you. But at the end of the day, to me, it's just a fucking flag. It's just a symbol. And honestly, what it means to me is to people like you and me, right? That's like a very small percent of people that's what that stands for to them. There's more people out there in the masses that does represent some kind of racism, or at least there's racist ass people flying it and representing it. So like the type of people, even though some of them, it might not mean racism to them, but most of the type of people that allow that flag to be super important to them are not the type of people I want to be associated with. So like at that point in time, it's like that flag's way less important to me than fucking offending a black person that's on the side of the road, or having some black person think that I'm gonna fucking try to fucking burn them on a fucking cross. or fucking that I'm a piece of shit just because of this flag. Because their experience, they base their fucking beliefs and their feelings on this flag due to their personal experiences.
Well, and due to the history of the experiences that have happened to the other people of their race, and we're not talking about just during the Civil War and the slavery of the South. You're talking about the Jim Crow laws in the early 1900s in the South.
Talking about fucking
civil
goddamn
rights
segregation and civil rights.
segregation.
That flag was hot and heavy during civil rights.
Then here, what was the Tiki Torch fuckers here a few
the
years
KKK
ago?
fucking love those fucking flags.
The Tiki Torch fuckers in God, where it was like Charlottesville or something. I can't remember. It was a couple years ago. It was right during. It was where all the racist MAGA Trump bullshit came from.
When they were like, yeah, like people were defacing like Civil War General graves and shit like that.
No, it was they were. No, it was more like it was like a. It was like a white. It was. They didn't call it a white supremacist rally, but basically that's what it was.
Oh yeah,
you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The Trump support rally that I think somebody got ran over by a car on purpose and that and shit. There's a bunch of hate crimes going on. And then then it was a big deal because like the white fucking racist fucks were trying to say that they were the target and play the fucking victim because they were antagonizing it. Just like those Proud Boy fucking douchebags do to Antifa, like where they fucking antagonize the fuck out of them until they fight back and flip their shit, and then they roll a goddamn fucking camera phone out and fucking put it on YouTube to make them look like the fucking enemy. So every douchebag that doesn't understand how fucking things work in the real world assume that Antifa is like a hate group,
Exactly. And I don't know, and just how just the other day, like I was flipping through Facebook and seeing these protesters up in Richland, Washington. They're protesting the stay-at-home quarantine, and they were out using like Confederate flags and American flags. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, why are you using the Confederate flag? For one, you live in fucking Washington. Two, this is completely for your own fucking good.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need to open shit back up. Let this fucking the vid go through most of the fucking dipshits in this world, and
I've made a comment about that the other day.
I mean, let all these pumpkin-headed dipshits get all this fucking get the COVID out of the way, and maybe we can actually get the population back and the world back in order.
Yeah. But so, and here's, sorry, I'm gonna
kill some of the herd off.
I'm gonna bounce back to the topic for a second though, and then we'll try to wrap this up. And maybe play some music for these guys.
No kidding. People are like, "Oh, it's the same old bullshit." Just them rambling on more.
Yeah, and it's also kind of the same topic that we covered a lot on Dog Water back in the day, But we actually kind of, in some ways, it is, We covered a lot of topics like this, but I mean, but going back to it, there is a such thing as taking a good thing too far and making it a bad thing, You can't educate these assholes by fucking screaming in their face and telling them they're pieces of shit, Like, at the end of the day, the only way to fucking you can't fucking beat hate with hate all the time. Sometimes you can.
You can't educate with put downs and
intolerance.
You can't tell somebody they're fucking dumb for what they believe in, then trying to get them to believe in what you believe into. Oh, you're dumb for that. What you believe in? Well, this is what I believe. Well, first you fucking told me that I'm done for having beliefs. Well, I'm an individual person myself, so I guess I'm not part of the majority.
Well, and you have to understand that even if what this person believes is bullshit 110%, they've based that on something that they think is real to them. So
Exactly.
in
It's
order
something
to
they
prove
believe
to
in.
them that it's wrong, especially when it's something that's one of their core value beliefs, such as like being racist, and you fucking you can't teach that. You can't beat that out. I mean, that's been something that's been brainwashed into their head. Maybe they're basing it on something that somebody taught them, and maybe they were so receptive to those teachings because they had a bad personal experience with somebody that was a different color of them than them, or a different
Or a different
race.
or a different creed, or a different sexual orientation.
Exactly.
A
So,
lot
and
of
then
people, a lot of people we know, in the right now, still, I mean, even as woke as this culture is, there's still fucking a world of homophobic people out
oh,
there.
son of a bitch. And if they're not homophobic, they like to just be fucking douchebags to piss them off.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like, dude, grow the fuck up.
Yeah,
Your
it's like,
opinion doesn't matter. Just leave these people be. They just want to fucking be gay and live their fucking lives like a normal person.
it's funny. There was a actor on Rogan here a few months back,
I think I watched
and he
part of that.
said, he's like, I've never had a gay person try to suck my dick out in public, but he's like, I've had a lot of Christians try and convert me from being gay.
Yeah, and most of those Christians are probably sucking dick behind closed doors too.
Closet homophobes,
Yeah,
or
there's so much of that.
closet homosexuals, not.
But yeah. So, anyways, hey, what do you say we play some music, man?
Yeah, what do we got up first?
Well, I actually forgot that we're leading in with the new theme song.
Oh, okay.
I forgot that that's how we're gonna lead in. So I've got like a little piece here that's actually just one song that I was gonna lead us in. So I'm trying to think of what else I could put on there. But the song that I have on here is a little bit of Stomp and Shout by St. Chris, one of our
Ooh.
old school um, songs to bring it in. Speaking of people, Chris has not changed that much, however. Still the same old St. Chris stirring shit up.
And God bless him. It would be
God
different,
bless
I
him.
guess, if the guy changed.
Yeah, I love St. Chris still, man. I hope he's doing well. Trying to think of what else we could put there to go good with that I would actually have on my phone. Or could get there with easy access. Um,
Well, if we're playing old school stuff,
well, I was actually going to try to mix it with a new. Oh, I know who I could put there.
maybe
I'll put a little Detonator there. I don't know what song though. Have you heard Detonator yet?
No, I have not. And this is one of the things too about us doing the podcast. Like, I feel like almost like out of touch with like any type of music scene right now,
Yeah. Well, Detonator
except
will
for like
be.
a local, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Detonator is a straightforward rock and roll kind of Motorhead-ish band out of Seattle, and they're fucking really badass. They're actually made up. So you do know some of the members. Some of the members from All Bets on Death are in Detonator.
Oh, okay.
That's an old one from our show.
Hell yeah,
And
that
then
must
there's
be Zach Boylan.
another band I can't. Oh, Spitting Cobras, I think, is the other part of it. So I think you remember them from that time too. So yeah, they're a fucking badass band. They're gonna be playing if the bands are lifted by then, the crowd bands will be doing a show with Detonator in July, and also we're going to be having a bunch of people at that show. It's going to be at the Valley in Tacoma, Washington.
Hell
on
yeah.
July 25th, and we'll actually talk a little bit more about that when we come back, because we're going to actually debut a brand new song from my headliner on that. So that'll be a good topic to go into next, kind of lighten the mood, maybe get away from all the serious bullshit.
Yeah, maybe talk about some of the old stuff from the old podcasts. That way, yeah, I don't know. We'll figure some shit out. But
We'll figure it out, but we'll be back in
just
just a minute. Enjoy that. This Stomp and Shout by St. Christopher and a track I do not know the name of yet by Detonator. So we'll be back with you in a few minutes.
Hey, are there any balls down there?
The biggest bear you ever seen, Dingleberry.
From the Great Plains to the Great Divide, all the way down the Delta with a Dixie pride. I'm from coast to coast, both the East and the West. We got a grain belt, they call us the Midwest. And they say that a white man cannot play the blues, but you ain't never ever walked in this man's shoes. But it all really doesn't really matter, 'cause at the end of the day, every blues song, it sounds the same. You just stomp and you shout. I said stomp and you shout. I said shout. I can breathe those fucking lungs and put the fuel in your blood. You don't feel alive till you feel the vampire start to hum. That's how we do it until the daylight. Because we all know life don't begin till after midnight. And you say that a white man cannot play the blues, but you ain't never ever walked in this white man's shoes. But it all really doesn't matter, 'cause at the end of the day, every blues song, it sounds the same. You just stomp and you shout. I said you stomp and you shout. Oh, shout!
We can see it through the smoke across the room. You see them long, thick curves, you like the way the sea moves. It got built up inside you, something you can't even take. And all you want to see her do is shake, baby, shake. We say shake, baby, shake. I said 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 shake, 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 shake.
Of your life, 'cause there ain't no one in this world ever been this high. Yes, in the dangers are gonna die, but you ain't never ever felt so alive. And they say that a white man cannot play the blues, but you ain't never ever walked in this white boy's shoes. But it all really doesn't really matter, 'cause at the end of the day, every blues song, it sounds the same. You just stomp and you shout. I said you stomp and you shout. Oh, shout!
Was Sinead O'Rebellion. Shock me, shock me, shock me with that deviant behavior.
That is so clever. I swear to God, you get smarter the shorter your skirt gets.
You look like a man-o'-lantern.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, folks, we are back. That was a little bit of Stomp and Shout by our old friend St. Christopher, followed by Detonator. I still don't know what song I played yet, though. So yeah, you there?
We'll figure it out. You'll have a definite
Oh
track
yeah,
list.
we'll have a track list someplace. So yeah, now I'm getting a little bit of whistling, kind of weird sound. That's the problem with this app we're using. Is every once in a while when you call in, you get a little bit of noise. So hopefully it doesn't affect things too much. But hell yeah, man. So before
One thing we forgot to mention. What one weird thing that's changed since we were last on the air
is we're not together.
Fucking pot's
Oh
legal
no shit!
now.
I was gonna say we're not together in the same room anymore. But yeah, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say technology has changed, but no, marijuana is
Yeah,
legal.
damn.
Who the fuck would thought that would have ever happened?
Well, we.
I mean, thank God it did.
Yeah. So yeah, but before we let off and into the tracks, we were talking a little bit about a couple cool things that's going on. One being the first ever Ruckus in the Records summer smoke out. Speaking of smoke, but not weed, weed, meat,
not
meat
weed.
still.
Meat, barbecue. There's probably going to be weed.
Probably, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully, probably. I cannot condone or not condone weed smoking in a venue such as the Valley, but it's going to be on July 25th. If everything's good to go, fuck, I hope so. I know everybody's so sick of being at home, and we already had to cancel the Ruckus in Tacoma 4, which we did actually had a lot of great success doing that via live stream. So big thanks to everybody who tuned into that. Anyway, sidetrack. But back on.
And that was cool too. I mean, that was, thank God that at least like you guys were able to do something like that to give, people, what they want to hear.
Yeah, and just kind of allow them to escape from this bullshit for a minute, and we're doing the Ruckus in the 90s. That's a big thing I'll talk about here in a second as well. We're doing that this weekend. So hopefully people tune in. That's the live stream via the dog water. Anyways, I'm fucking kind of running on empty. So I'm trying to maintain my thoughts and not bounce around too much. But back to the original subject. July 25th, Tacoma, Washington, at our favorite, probably my favorite venue, the Valley. Up in Tacoma, Washington. We've got a hell of a lineup coming up for you. And it's so big and it's so late, and I did prepare myself for the segment that I might forget a couple people on this. So bear with me. But so first off, I mean, we've got the newest members of the Ruckus and the Records roster, Cole Hinkle and the Debauchery, coming up from California. And we've got our old friends Dusty Rust coming up. They're our old friends, but I don't think they were old enough to make the first cut of Dog Water.
Nope. Dusty Rust came in right at the tail end of Dog Water, right when we started doing the Ruckus and the Boonies.
Yeah, they made it to the first Ruckus, I think. Oh no, second Ruckus.
Second, yeah.
And then
amazing music,
great artist. Lauren Walker Madsen is going to be there, who is also a new friend of ours that out of the great state of Utah is going to be there. He's one of our headliners. I should have waited to announce him, but my mind is kind of bouncing around. We got our good friends Bloodfire Rainwater going to be there. Got a great new band out of Tacoma that will be playing some of, I'm sure, soon, called Devil Built. They're coming up with us. Trying to think of who else. Got a good band out of Tacoma, also called the Twang Junkies, that are going to be there. Of course, the Ruckus and the Records engine that could, little engine that could. Yeah, Stoned Evergreen Travelers are going to be joining us. Let's see who else. I know I'm missing some fucking people. Oh, Detonator, like I mentioned before.
Yeah. Detonator is James.
James is another big one. James is going to be there.
Yeah.
Starting to think maybe that's it besides the headliner. I feel like hopefully I'm not missing somebody. I feel like I probably am a bit.
Gary Busey and the urinal mouse.
I don't know, but if you guys want to know for sure what is going on with that roster, go check it out on Facebook. The flyer's up as the Ruckus and the Records profile picture. But our big headliner is none other than Mr. Bob Wayne. And we're going to be playing a brand new track. And I think that Dogwater Radio are the first people to be able to go live with one of these songs.
Sweet.
I'm pretty sure.
Didn't we end up one of our old episodes? Didn't we end up debuting a Bob song?
I don't think so. I don't think we've ever been the exclusive first people to do it. So I think this is a first for us. And this is good. It's a great album. The album, I've heard it all entire in its entirety because I've got a little bit of pull here because that's kind of funny. Some things haven't changed. I'm still Bob Wayne's merch guy.
You're still the merch guy for Bob Wayne.
Just now I'm doing it from home instead of fucking on the road 365 fucking days a year. So
we could find you like an old like camper motorhome thing, and you could like set that up as like your Bob Wayne like office.
Dude, let me fucking tell you. It's almost a fucking it's a disaster right now. But yeah, so I get some privileges there. I also book him now, even though there's nothing to book. I booked him a great tour that we had to cancel. Dude, he's at a string of shitty luck. So, but
I think everybody has. I mean,
here's the thing
with like
here's the thing that makes it worse for Bob though, is because Bob put all this work and all this dedication and all this time into breaking the world record for the longest fucking tour for a musical act. And he got about halfway through it and was getting ready to come back to the States and start doing the States to keep going. And they fucking had to cancel everything because of the coronavirus. It's put a damper. I've got people crawling up my ass about the pre-sales on this album. It's affected his pre-sales on his albums. People are pissed at him because of the fact that when he was there, he was supposed to get all that shit taken care of, but he couldn't because he was too busy trying to figure out where he was like going to fucking sleep without getting arrested. And then he comes back and some shit because of the coronavirus affected the place where he was supposed to stay when he got back. So he flew all the way back to California where he was at, and then he had to end up driving back to Alabama. And getting him back home to America was a fucking shit show.
Well, of course, probably did he end up having to quarantine?
I have no idea. He hasn't really wanted to talk about it. He's kind of like Bob is a very optimistic guy. He's very positive. He kind of lives in his own world, and sometimes it's frustrating. It's not like a honeycut positive. It's like he lives in his own little bubble positive where he just is making the best of whatever goes on around him at all time, and his whole world revolves around him and what he's doing. So when he puts something that hard into this and it comes crashing down, when Bob's burnt out and feels defeated, he's been through the ringer. And this is a side of Bob I have never seen. He's very bummed out. So anybody who might have had a pre-order out that's listening to this, like, we're working on it. We're going to try to get it together. It's been a fucking mess. So sorry, it's like too late coming out. And
shit shut down. You can't help things.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, but they don't get it. They don't understand what's going on, But
I know, and the sad thing is, anybody that knows Bob or has ever been around him knows that the last thing he absolutely wanted to even fucking possibly do was to cancel shows
or disappoint people that buy shit from him and support him.
Well, exactly. Well, I mean, that's he doesn't want to disappoint fans.
No, not at all.
His world.
Yeah. So, like I said, if he's feeling bummed out and defeated, he's been through the ringer because he can bounce back fairly quick. He can bounce back fairly quick about shit. So he lets things roll off his back real easy. If there's a problem in front of him, he solves it and he moves the fuck on. He doesn't let him fuck his day up. That's just how he is. We break down, we blow the fucking engine up in the van, we fucking figure out how to get a new one, and then we get to the show, It doesn't matter how fucking stressful it is while we're trying to figure this shit out. It's gonna get done. And once it's done, it's done. He doesn't carry his burdens of previous problems with him around, So knowing that he's legitimately been bummed about this and it's upsetting him for like a month, like Bob's, it's got to be bad, and he doesn't want to talk about it. Like, usually he loves telling stories about what's going on, and he's told me a few funny ones, like him fucking kind of like hauling ass, camping around, just trying to outrun fucking, like, not out, like, only stay in a place for so long so he doesn't draw attention to himself and then moving on, so he wasn't. So, I mean, he's talked a little bit about it, but yeah, as far as him getting quarantined, I don't know if that happened. I know that fucking he's like super tired, and he didn't get a lot of rest over there. He got sick over there, not with the coronavirus, but it was something else. So he was sick over there, and yeah, it's fucked. But anyways, long story, even longer. We have a great song coming up. We're going to save it for the end of the show. Brand new track. It's actually a cover song of somebody else that we play quite a bit on here. We're going to play that person later as well. So we'll lead into that a little bit later. But yeah. So yeah.
I was going to say
Smoke Out. That's the Ruckus, the first ever Ruckus in the Records Summer Smoke Out, coming to Tacoma, July 25th.
Yeah.
You want more information on that? Look it up. I think we're gonna maybe raffle off a smoker, I'm thinking. Ooh. And the Valley will be providing delicious smoked meats for everybody, brisket, barbecue dinner for everybody. They're not providing it for free, mind you. Oh, but
hell no.
I forgot to mention that the Valley and Ruckus in the Records, this is a by donation show, which means there's no tickets. There's no set price. If you come there and you want to see us and you've got a quarter in your pocket, you can come in. So.
But
we.
If you and that's the thing, hopefully by that time people will be back to work.
Well, I think here's how I feel about it is that the people that can afford to come in, I think the people that can will make up for that.
Exactly.
And that's what we're hoping for. And then we have a set price in mind of what we need to make. And Justin has agreed that if we fall short on that target, that the Valley will cover what is left of the remainder to pay everybody. So, hopefully we don't even need to do that, Hopefully,
not at all.
hopefully the label
people wanna do
can
that.
walk away with a little money. Everybody gets paid what I told them they're going to get paid, maybe a little more. You know, I mean that's the best case scenario. But worst case scenario, nobody's going to go home without what they get for told they're going to get. You know. So, and every band on the roster's been great. They want to see this happen. So, you know, nobody was unreasonable. Bob owes me some favors because I'm booking a tour for him. So I'm getting him for a good price, you know, and, yeah, so it should be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
And this week,
People will have merch. People hopefully will have a lot of good merch out by then.
yeah. And hopefully
replenish your t-shirt
and
stocks.
and I think we need to start focus on getting some new label merch out there too for you guys to enjoy. Probably some festival t-shirts. I'm just saying, you know, we got a great design made by TJ, bass player and of the Selfish Bastards, which is my band, and also the Stone Evergreen Travelers. Did a great design for the flyer. That's going to make a beautiful t-shirt. So.
Oh, the owl.
Yeah, and this looks really good. And you know, she came. I was actually. The funny thing is I was going. If we did another ruckus, I was going to make the owl the animal for that year, and we never did one. And I didn't mention that to her, not one bit. And she just came up with the owl
nice.
Design on her own. I actually mentioned like maybe do something with like the Cheech and Chong car. And then I was kind of kicking it around. I was like, it's kind of a funny play on words, but at the same time, I don't want to like encourage a big fucking smoke out at the fucking bar, you know, where their liquor license is involved and shit, you know, like it's funny. It's a play on word. If you want to go smoke weed, go someplace and do it, you know, but don't look at this as like a big stoner party just because it's a funny play on words, you know?
Yeah. Be incognito. Treat it like you always have.
Well, you don't even have to be incognito anymore. Go fucking smoke it off the property right in public, you know. You're not going to go to jail. The cops is going to tell you to put it out. But if you smoke it in public on the bar property in front of everybody, the cop shows up, they can fine the fucking bar for it. So take a few extra feet to step the fuck off the property, you know. So anyways, yeah. But yeah, and then this week we've got a great contest going on about a little thing we're doing called Ruckus in the 90s. That's happening. Well, let's see. We'll have the show up tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's Thursday, right?
Yep.
So,
yep.
Dogwater should be up probably in the evening tomorrow. And then so people will be hearing this Thursday night or Friday. But anyways, this Saturday is when the Ruckus in the 90s is taking place. And what the Ruckus in the 90s is, it's a contest. We've got about 20 bands entered right now, or artists. And each of those members pitches in $5. And they all enter 2 90s songs, cover songs, preferably from the Billboard Persuasion, so they can. We just want anybody.
So people know.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, there's not really any rules. If you want to cover your best friend George's punk band from 1996. SoCal genre that played for 400 people twice at your friend's basement, that's fine, but nobody's gonna fucking vote for you because you don't know us. You might as well just wipe your ass with $5.
Yeah, Gary and the amputee raccoons are not who we want to listen to.
Yeah, so we're just have fun with it. We want to have a little fun. We don't want to take ourselves too fucking serious. It's a cover song from 90s music, you know. We just want to have a little fun. Take people's minds off the coronavirus, you know what I'm saying?
If I was judging and I heard a Hootie and the Blowfish song, I'd be like, give that man the $10,000 right there.
But yeah, so whoever wins gets the whole pot. They get that. So right now there's 20 people, so that's $100 from that. And then there's an additional $200 that's been donated from myself, a gentleman by the name of Drew Dilworth that's been following us on Facebook that saw that our good friends Dan and Diana Sharp donated some money as well. So that pot came up to $200. That's $300 cash the winner's going to get. And in addition to that, they get 100 koozies with their logo on it. In addition to that, they get a trophy from Ruckus and the Records. So how it's going to work is everybody's going to live stream their 2 songs. Going to try to keep everything to 20 minutes. And you'll be watching from the Ruckus and the Records Facebook page. And then we'll vote after that. And you guys will all vote. Everybody will vote for their favorite person. Everybody's going to vote one time. And I think I can't do a poll on the Facebook like I thought I was going to. So I'm going to have to go find a website or an app where I can create a poll, I think, which will be my task tomorrow. So, or maybe, yeah. So anyways.
Or put each individual one up and just do it off of how many likes they get.
Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah, because
no, because with the no, I thought about
once.
that. No, I thought about that because they can't like it once, or they can like it multiple times. I think on the live stream.
Well, yeah.
Because you can to hearts and stuff or whatever, but I'm not sure how that works. But I can look a little further into it tomorrow. But I think I'll just make a poll like on like an app, like a survey app or something, and have people go over there and do it that way. So, but yeah, so that's what we're doing this week in the Ruckus and the Records camp. Yeah.
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 So pretty busy week.
It is, man. It's gonna be good. We got some great stuff coming out this year, hopefully, too. We got Billy Hood's new album coming out.
I know.
We got Cole Hinkle's new album coming out, which I've heard pieces of that, and I'm fucking stoked. And he's actually might be re-releasing his 3-song EP with a new track just to get things flowing for everybody. And I think him and Amy are kind of struggling down there with this quarantine shit, so we're thinking about maybe trying to generate them a little bit of cash to help them feed their dogs and shit, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And then Pappy Pfeff told me that the Travelers, he's got enough material to put a Travelers song or an album out this year, possibly. And then Felix has got enough songs to put an album out. The plan was to actually do a compilation album where we had the Stoned Evergreen Travelers and James Honeycutt be our backing band, and everybody on the label contributed a song.
That would be sweet.
Yeah. Now that fell through because of the coronavirus. We were going to do that in the Ruckus in Tacoma when everybody came up. Oh yeah, and we're also doing a pre-show for the Ruckus in Tacoma on Friday night. Myself, Billy Hood, and Felix are going to be playing that. Probably a couple other people that'll be brought in later. So yeah, lots of stuff going on. Hopefully once this quarantine clears up, gonna be some good shit, man. So I mean, the good thing about me and my position right now is I'm essential, so I'm still working, and that's how we pay for things in the Ruckus camp, is out of my pocket. So unfortunately it's not paying for itself. Sometimes it helps a little bit, but I still got to come up with the fucking make the ends meet, you know.
Yeah, at least you're essential.
Yeah, that sucks for you, man.
Fucking the hospitality industry of a hunting ranch doesn't pay the bills when you're on quarantine.
Yeah, that's for sure. You should just go kill all the pheasants and eat them.
I think they're already dead.
Oh, really? Do you think they killed them?
Yeah, they become pot pies.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
You should try to break in and steal some pot pies to sell on the pot pie black market.
You know what? I've already been fired over stealing food once, so I don't need to be. I don't need a second termination on my employment record.
You and your
stealing.
fucking poultry fucking.
I know. It's an addiction for my poultry addiction. Chicken sandwich, then pheasant pot pies. I'll do a nickel and Chino for fucking stealing turkeys at like a Safeway in California in like my 50s probably.
Yeah. Well, shit. What do you say we roll into a couple more songs, brother?
Yeah, we might as well. People are like, they're just rambling again.
Yeah.
Rambling.
So we got coming up next. We got a song called "All the Way" by the Slow Attack, which is Husky Burnett's new band.
Nice.
It's pretty heavy. It's a little bluesy, like Husky likes it, but it's a little heavier. It's like more geared towards the rock. It's really good. I've been digging that.
I was gonna say, I tuned into him the other night. That was a pretty sweet performance.
Yeah. And then we got an oldie and a goodie and another track from the Dogwater Radio compilation. This band is no longer around, and their lead singer is actually doing really well. He's kind of stepped away from the music scene to focus on raising his daughter and to be a better husband to his wife, because you know how the music scene is. It's hard. And when they decided that they were going to have a baby, his whole world changed because he's such a sweetheart. So this is a song by a band that no longer exists, but was dear to my heart at one point in time. So I decided to play them today. It's band. The song's called "Your Scene." This is by the Savage Henrys. So
and we do wish Joe and all those guys well wishes and hope they're doing amazing in life. And
you bet. Just like everything, we all grow up.
To see all of them together again at one time in the near future, or the far future, whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back. We'll let you guys enjoy those delicious tunes, and then we'll be back with you in just a minute.
I have a very big testicles.
sole purpose in this army?
To do whatever you tell me, Drill Sergeant?
God damn it, Gump! You're a goddamn genius. That's the most outstanding answer I've ever heard. You must have a goddamn IQ of 160. You are goddamn gifted, Private Gump.
Can you get your blocks up, man?